Okay, today I'm going to show you how to replace an iPhone 5C screen. So before we begin, if you wanted a professional to take the job for you, or if you wanted any of the parts or tools that are included in this video, just follow the link in the description. So before we begin, we need to remove the two pencil lobe screws in the bottom. Now there are a few ways of getting the screen up. You can buy a suction tool like so, or simply prise from the bottom. Once the screen's lifted, pull up towards the top, change your screwdriver bit for a star head, and remove the 4 screen cover screws. The top right screw isn't magnetic, so it's probably easier just to take it out with the case. You might find it easier just to keep all the screws with the parts you've taken out, so it's easy to put back together. Okay, so once we get to this stage, we've got 3 ribbons which can either be unpicked with a fingernail or using the spade tool out of the kits. Okay, once all 3 are removed, you can take the screen off. You no longer need the chassis. And then we can begin from the top by removing the star head screws that cover the camera and proximity holder. There's a little clip just at the top right that needs to be unpicked before it allows it to come off. And you can remove your ear speaker. Working our way down, we've got 1 further star head on top. And 4 backplate LCD cover screws. And then you've got the 3 screws on the bottom that secure the home button. Like I say, it might be easier just to keep the screws on the table in the pattern that you removed them, so you know where they all go. Okay, once we get to this stage, simply pop your finger through the home button. Careful not to rip the ribbon in the corner. And just carefully peel it away. Again, the LCD backplate is all ribbon down and there's some adhesive under the top, so if you just want to stick a pick under there first, peel it away like so and lift up. There will be 2 plastic holders. There's one that stayed with the screen for the camera and one that stayed on the proximity sensor on the back plate. If you just pick them off and remove, and once you get to this stage, you're ready for the new screen to go on. So then, just in reverse order, if you start the camera holder, you might need a little bit of adhesive just to stick it down with. And then start from the left hand side, you can leave the back plate just back down again, like so. Okay, now what we need to do is in the little rubber mount here, we need to put the speaker and press it into it, like so. And then lining up the top of the ribbon with the 2 pins on the screen, just push down nice and firmly. Once we're at this stage, it might be a good idea just to get a couple of the screws back into the plate. And then we can begin by lining up the ear speaker with a little hole at the bottom. Once that's in, starting from the top left corner, insert at the top and bend over the ear speaker. Okay, try your best to line the screws up, the through holes up first, and replace like so. Okay, then like before, just start from top to bottom, making sure all the screws are back in the plate. Okay, so once that's in, we are then ready to put the home button back in. Now the easiest way to line it up properly is to put it on your finger first and make sure that the white lines are flat and lined up correctly with the bottom of the screen. Okay, once we're at this stage, you can get the home button, line up on top. There's a little pin on the back of the screen that needs lining up first, and then followed by the two screws that hold it in position. Okay, and that's the screen ready to go back on the phone. So if we get the chassis back over. Okay, so if you want to get the same band on the camera ribbon as the two screen ribbons are to begin with, and then starting with the lowest ribbon first, put the top of the screen to the top of the chassis, line up and press down firmly. Okay, once it gets this, we are ready for the clip cover. So get it in position first with a finger and start with one of the smaller screws. That will just go at the bottom first. Remembering that the longest and non-magnetic screw goes in the top right hand side. And just the last one in the top left. Just now keeping the top pressed down at all times, it hooks in, and then you can just run your fingers down the side to clip it all in. Then if we change back to the pentalobe screwdriver bit and just replace the bottom two screws. Again, if you did want a professional to undertake any of the repairs, or if you're interested in buying tools or parts in this video, just click the description. And there you have it, a new screen on an iPhone 5C.